Alright everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana again with Expressions Craft Studio, and today we're working on Leaf 23 from Shivani Creations video where she featured 3 different types of quilling leaves. And this one, I'm going to show you something that I did differently just because I had the tool. She actually used, and it would have been bigger than this, but something just round to wrap her coil around to make this outer shape, and like a little spray ball or something. You can, obviously they come in all different sizes, so you can use whatever you can find. But they do make these little tools, and I've had these forever. There's another one over there. I think it's triangles or squares maybe, or actually they're probably both over there. But you can wrap, you can see how it's graduated into different sizes, and so you can wrap it and make whatever size you want. Now I tried both the round one and the oval one, and I did 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, the same level, and they actually ended up being almost the same size. The round one ended up being slightly bigger, but only slightly. So I'm going to let's pinch this on the side because I want to kind of keep that seam hidden. So you just kind of pinch it in half, and this is, again, I'm using the paper this time instead of the cardstock, and so you just kind of get that basic shape there, and then I just kind of pull it back out a little bit. And then to make the inside piece, that's really simple. I'm using a dark green on the outside and a lighter green on the inside, by the way. I think she used the same color for the inside and the outside. So you're just going to start rolling it, and you take a few turns around your quilling tool, and then you're going to go back and roll it again. And I'm just kind of haphazard, willy-nilly with this. I did see another video where a lady shows you 2 different ways to do it, whether you turn your tool or don't turn your tool, or roll your coil a different way, and it does give you a different look. But I'm just kind of going for a more natural kind of haphazard look, I guess. So I just move it down about 1 inch or so every time. And my slotted ends got bent a little bit, and I had to spread them back out. They got bent in, and when I spread them out too far, and it took me a day to figure out what kind of tool I could get in there that would spread them out, and I ended up using my little X-Acto knife blade because it did fit down toward the base of the slot, and then it allowed me to work its way up to spread that out. But just be careful if you're doing something like that, because you don't want to cut yourself in it. I don't know if you can see, but I did not get it bent back correctly. It's still spread out a little far, but I've got tools here I could do. I just have not done it. All right, so let me my glue probably dried up. Let me make sure that that's not stuck, and I'm just going to run. Well, I thought I could set it down and do it, but I'm just going to run a little bit of glue all the way around the outside, because I tried just gluing the loops that were touching the outside frame or border or whatever you want to call it, and I found that to be a little more difficult. So then you're just going to take this piece and you're just going to kind of slip it in there, and it'll go in pretty easily. So just to give you an idea of what I used 1 strip. My strips are 10.5 inches of the dark green and 1 strip of the light green, and I think I'll glue this together like that. But isn't that pretty? Let me, you know what, let me, instead of lifting that up, let me just zoom it in. Yeah, so you could, if you use longer strips, you could get more tighter coils in there, whatever you want, but I like it kind of loose like that, so let's try to just get it right about there. So I'm not going to put any stems on these. You could, but she didn't, and I'm not going to either. So you're just going to kind of glue these together. I just kind of put the points and that flat edge together. And run a little bit of glue here. And slide that one in. Wait for that glue to set for a second. So this one was a really easy one to do. I struggled more with wrapping this and holding it in place because I believe this is actually for wire wrapping for jewelry. They do make them for quilling, but they probably make this little lip here a little bit wider if you're doing it for quilling. I don't know that for sure, but that would be my guess because I had trouble with it slipping down. And then this little handle just comes off the end and slips on if you want the handle. But anyway, that's if you have that tool in your stash that you used for something else, you can definitely use it for quilling. All right, so there we have it, leaf number 23, and we're done. That's one of my favorites. I just really like that style of that loose kind of back and forth coiling. So 23, that was easy peasy. Thanks for everybody for joining me.